I'm gonna say a rude word. Please don't hate me for this. Are you ready? Are you sure you can cope? Here it is. Christmas. Are you getting your shop ready for Christmas? Hey, it's Pam from Ben McFuzzylugs, and it's a Monday, so it must be another Etsy tips tutorial. Every Monday I make tips and tricks videos for the small Etsy seller, so if this is something you like, don't forget, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back every Monday. So, have you got your shop ready for Christmas yet? But Pam, it's only September. Yes, summer is only just in its dying gasps, and I'm talking about Christmas. Have I gone crazy? Well, possibly, but that's a whole other video. But why should I be talking about getting a shop ready for Christmas when we've got autumn to cover and Halloween and all these fun things? And yes, we totally have all these things, and don't forget about them. There's so much fun can be had for gearing your shop up for the autumn and getting all those Halloween things ready, but now is the time to also start thinking about Christmas. So like all of my Etsy tips videos, of course these tips don't apply to everybody. Perhaps if you're a bridal sales shop, you'll be thinking, phew, that's the busy season ended, I can calm down a bit, Christmas is nice and quiet. But for much of us, Christmas time on Etsy is the busiest time. The most shoppers are out there and we want to be ready. We want to be making sure they're shopping with us and not someone else. So think about it. Those last few items that you've been putting up in your shop, they're still going to be there. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully they'll sell. But they will be there right through the Christmas period. So this is a good time to really think about gearing up your shop. And not only that, but quite simply now is just before the build-up starts. I've found over my years of being on Etsy that September can be a relatively steady month, and you'll probably see lots of people complaining on the forums and saying, has Etsy died? My shop's tanked. If you haven't already, check out my Is Etsy Dying video. But think of this as a time to prepare, because what's going to happen is the number of buyers from now on is going to increase and increase and increase through October, November, hit a peak early in December, and then slowly fall away again. So this is your time to start building up and making sure you're ready for the hopeful rush. And I've really started focusing on Christmas sales. I started doing this in about 2013, and I found that this made a massive difference. 2014, 2015 Christmas periods, I was actually at some points I've had to close my shop in November because I was that successful. And for most of you, you can be as well if you focus early. So there's a few things you can be doing just now just to get yourself ready. Obviously, as I've spoke about in other videos, if this is a lull in your orders, then it's a good time to see if there's things that you can start producing. Getting some things ready, so you just have to assemble the last minute things, do the little bits of customization, but you've got a good stock of things. So if you get 20 orders in one day, you can make them all fairly simply. For myself, that means making some skeletons of different dog breeds, not taking them through that far, but just enough so I've got, if someone orders something, I've got something that's got a wee bit of a head start on, and then I do all the customizations to it. And that is going to save me a good day or so's work when an order comes in. It's also a really great time to get your stock checks in, make sure you've got everything you need. Not only does this mean that you're prepared, but also it means there's no panic if when it comes to November you've got hundreds of orders sitting and you realise you don't have enough of something. There could be a load of other crafters thinking the same thing and they're all ordering, so shipping can be really slow from shops, and especially over holiday times. I had a big order in just before Christmas, and now the buyer knew they weren't going to get it in time for Christmas, that wasn't a problem, but in my supply shop that I order some wool from, usually I can get wool in between 2 to 5 days. I ordered this and it took over 2 weeks to arrive. So this is not good if you've got a lot of orders that are waiting for you to complete. And that goes exactly the same with your shipping materials. Get them all sorted out as well. Get them prepared. Have a system so you know how much you have of everything. And most importantly, this is the time to get your SEO sorted out so that when all these vast number of buyers descend on Etsy looking for things, your item's going to be on the first page. They can find you and they can buy from you. So if you haven't already checked out my video on how to use analytics, have a look there. But what we want to do is dive deep into the analytics that Etsy's giving us. And if you've got them from any other source, any of your social media or anything, you can go back and look at and see what of your items gets the most attention. One of the most important things to look at is which of your items gets the highest sales per click. So for the number of times they're seen, they're clicked a lot, and for the number of clicks, they're purchased a lot. These are really important items for you, and you want to try and make sure you get these ones onto the front page. Now it can mean with timing and luck and all sorts of things, you have what for your shop is less popular items that have got onto the front page of certain searches. So they're doing well for you, but they're not doing as well as they could. So this might be a time to see if you can bump another listing onto that front page. So this is a bit of a risky strategy. You've got a listing on the front page, so it's already doing quite well, but you think another listing would do better if it was on the front page. So what you're going to do is deactivate the listing that's doing well, and then really work on the listing that you want to push up to the front page. Renew it over a few days if necessary, post it to all your social media, get a bit of excitement for this listing, track what's happening to it, and hopefully within about a week you can get it up to that front page, and that will be generating a lot more interest. And then you can reactivate your other listing, and hopefully that'll come in on page 2 or something, but you can just flip round the listings. Also, it's great to have a look at some other keywords, words that have been doing quite well but you haven't really been optimizing for them as great as you might have done. So have a look at what keywords people are finding you, and what keywords, when they're finding you, they're purchasing more. I've mentioned something similar to this before, but simply I have, for a number of years now, I have listings on the front page for the search needle felted dog, and it gets quite a lot of clicks. But I don't get a whole lot of sales on that. And the problem with that is it's a term that is very relevant to my item, and I thought it was a really important term to rank highly for. But most people that are searching for that are people who make needle felted dogs. They're checking the competition, they're having a look, they know what a needle felted dog is. For me, my highest sellers are words like customized dog art or something like this, that a person who doesn't know what needle felting is but they want a gift for a dog lover. Or, as I've mentioned before, they want a specific dog breed, so it's more important to focus on a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel sculpture than needle felted dog, because the person that's looking for it is more likely to want to buy when they find it. So really focus in on good buyer tags rather than good seller tags. Now don't be misleading, no clickbait here. It has to explain what your item is, because it doesn't matter if you get to page 1 of a massive search but it's not relevant to what your item is, then no one's going to click on it. So make it a relevant search term, but make it a more specific search term that a buyer's going to like. So if you get in there right now and get to page 1 of these search terms just before it starts to get busy, just before all the other sellers are working hard, and just before the massive rush of buyers, then you've got the advantage because you're on page 1 already. So if it's quiet just now, hopefully it's not quiet, hopefully you're already run off your feet, but if it is quiet and you want to gear up to Christmas, take this time to do the things that'll help you when it comes to Christmas. So find the good search terms for you, find your items that are going to do the best if they're found, get yourself onto page 1, keep yourself on page 1, do a lot of pushing on your social media, get eyeballs on your items, get your raw materials sorted out, get first steps, get a manufacturing process set up, and just be prepared. And fingers crossed, guys, we're all going to have a nice, really busy festive season. So have you started preparing for Christmas in your shop yet? I hope this helped a wee bit to focus your mind on some things you might need to do. Don't forget, if it did help, give us a thumbs up and come back every Monday. Thank you.